with you were here for opening night of just the entire franchise in general. Can you kind of just talk about what that night was like for you and just the memories you have from that?
Yeah. I'll never forget. We were sitting up in section 308 or 306 on the front row there. We were season ticket holders. My whole family was there, and the Predators were playing, I think, the Florida Panthers. Yeah, and it was my first NHL game. My first ever, really. I did watch a bunch on TV, but it was my first NHL game that I went to, and all I could keep thinking was how cool it'd be to play the game of hockey as a job. And from then on, I was hooked. I'd always heard all these stories my dad and my grandfather had spoke about, and to actually see that in real, in person was pretty unbelievable.
You obviously grew up playing here in Nashville for a little while before you went off. But just what was it like playing youth hockey here in Nashville, and how much has it grown since then, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I still have a lot of good buddies that I played with growing up that I still keep in contact with, and the game has grown tremendously down here. I mean, now we have, I think, 5 or 6 sheets of ice. When I was growing up, we had 1. We had 2 ice sessions a week, one for 45 minutes, the other was for 45 minutes as well. We split the ice with another team. So hockey's grown tremendously. The area has really embraced the team, and the fan base has grown tremendously. Obviously, that's built on a lot of success they've had, which is great, and hopefully it only continues.
I mean, the community kind of regards you as kind of the pioneer for that. I mean, what do you think of when people tell you that?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty humbling. I mean, I owe a lot of that to my mom and dad, and for all the hard work they put in, and all the early mornings they drove me to the rink, and everything else, and for a lot of people that believed in me and always stayed behind me, and those are the people that deserve all the credit.
I'm sure you've been asked this about 1,000 times, but you were drafted by the Predators. Just what was it like on that day when you realized that you were drafted by them?
I couldn't believe it, because I thought I was going to go to Montreal because they had 3 picks before Nashville even had 1. Yeah. And when they said from Brentwood, Tennessee, I just couldn't believe it. And, I just was like, I can't say it on the camera, but you know what I'm trying to say. So it was pretty awesome.
Take me back to your first year up here in Buffalo, and you got that hat trick. Obviously, it was one of the highlights of your career. Can you kind of just talk about that game and kind of how exciting that was for you?
Yeah, I tell everyone the first thing is those are probably the 3 ugliest goals I ever scored. But hey, hat trick's a hat trick, right? So, but yeah, it was awesome, man. I mean, I couldn't believe that all 3 of those happened, especially with the way that at the time we were in the middle of a playoff race. We needed every point we could possibly get. Down 3-1, and I ended up scored 2 goals to tie it late, and then we went in overtime on a Martin Gear at one-timer. So it was awesome. It really was.
Take me back to your time at Wisconsin. You won the Hobie Baker. Just what was college hockey and just the overall experience like for you?
The one word that people always use is camaraderie, and the relationships and friendships that I had there with not only my class but some of these younger classes. I became captain there was bar none. We actually had a blast on and off the ice. We all loved each other. We were like a brotherhood there, and camaraderie I have and the relationship I have with those guys will never be broken.
Obviously, you had the injury, and now you're scouting. Just what have you been doing since you stopped playing hockey, and just how's life kind of been for you after that?
Yeah, life's been great. I mean, I got married in August to my wife, who resides in Chicago. That's where home is now for us, and I've been scouting with Montreal Canadiens, and Montreal Canadiens. That's where I played. See, brain surgery. That's what it does to you. No, scouting with Columbus Blue Jackets, and it's been very different being on the management side, but it's been great, and I love it.
Obviously got a chance to play for Montreal, like you said. Just what was that experience like for you, playing with all your family history there?
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible, man. It really was. I had an absolute blast there. The first game in Montreal was phenomenal. I mean, the fan base and the crowd and everything else, and the history in that building it doesn't even feel like a hockey game. Yeah. It really doesn't. It feels like some kind of show that you're putting on or something. The feeling is awesome.
I mean, is that really special? I mean, you got a chance to play for the team where you grew up in the Predators, and then after that got traded to the team where your family was kind of had that history with.
Absolutely. I mean, people always say to me, I can't believe your career ended so short. And I say, hey, let me tell you what I accomplished in my career and all the things that I did, and how lucky I was, and how thankful I was. And there's so many people these days that will never probably experience anything close to what I've experienced. So I don't look at the negative side, I look at the positive sides of things. And Hobie Baker, scholarship, the relationships I have all the way through hockey, and the people I've met. Like you said, playing for my hometown team, playing for the Montreal Canadiens where my grandfather was, and my dad and my great-grandfather, and everything else. I mean, just those things alone. Scored a hat trick in the NHL. I mean, the things I'm rolling off my tongue, it's like, I mean, wow, that's pretty freaking unbelievable, So I don't look at the negative things in life. I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm starting a new chapter, and we'll see what it holds.